As per the latest reports, the young defender's move to Manchester United could affect Arsenal, allowing the Spanish giants to interfere with the Gunners' summer plans. Meanwhile, Arsenal are showing interest in a player entering the final year of his contract as an alternative to Nico Williams, who is well known to Mikel Arteta. Hey, guys! Welcome back to the Arsenal News channel. As always, we're here to bring you the latest updates to keep you informed on all things Gunners. Mikel Arteta and Edu are acutely aware of Arsenal's need to offload some players this summer. The club's transfer strategy should prioritise selling before buying in the remaining weeks of the transfer window. The Gunners are aiming to replace those who are not receiving minutes with alternatives that have more depth. Eddie Nketiah is one of those players who has an uncertain future at the Gunners and could leave the club this summer. According to a journalist from France's Canal+, Marseille have identified Nketiah as their top priority in attack. They wrote, Olympique Marseille have made the English striker their priority in attack. The player is not insensitive to Marseille's interest. The club is very confident of doing the deal despite significant demands from Arsenal. Nketiah is reportedly open to Marseille's interests and negotiations appear optimistic despite Arsenal's substantial demands. Reports suggest a £50 million price tag for Nketiah, although Arsenal could accept a lower offer. In other news, Fabrizio Romano brings important news to Arsenal, confirming that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is saying goodbye to Marseille fans. Aubameyang will join Al Qadsiya on a 2-year contract. He will play alongside Nacho next season. While Eddie Nketiah joins his teammates in pre-season, Aubameyang's departure positions him as an ideal replacement. Meanwhile, former Arsenal striker Alan Smith has weighed in on the future of Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. According to Smith, Ramsdale may need to look further down the Premier League table if he is to leave the Gunners this season. Ramsdale dropped to second choice at the Emirates Stadium and has been linked with a move this summer. Smith emphasised that Ramsdale's main consideration should be the playing time he receives. Speaking to Genting Casino, Smith said, I think it's going to be difficult for him. I've been looking at the Premier League table and most of the teams in the top half have their goalkeeping position well covered. It's hard to see Ramsdale coming into any top team as number 1.
Would he be happy being number 2 somewhere?
I wouldn't have thought like that, because that won't get him anywhere, said Smith. According to Smith, Ramsdale could consider promoted teams such as Leicester, Ipswich or Southampton, where he would be ahead of the current goalkeepers. According to recent reports, Southampton are chasing Arsenal's Aaron Ramsdale in a deal that could be worth up to £30 million. The Saints would need to meet his weekly wage demands of around £120,000, making him the highest-paid player at the club. Ramsdale has made it clear that he is not willing to remain on the bench and is looking for guarantees of regular football. While a move to Southampton could make him the highest-paid player, it also carries the risk of stagnating his career. If Southampton fight to stay in the Premier League, he could be blamed for the team's failure. According to Spanish journalist Alberto Pereiro, Real Madrid's recent sale of Rafa Marin was based on the expectation of signing Lionel Euro for the Santiago Bernabeu. However, with Euro now heading to Manchester United, Carlo Ancelotti is urgently looking for defensive reinforcements following the departure of Nacho Fernandez and the serious injury of David Alaba. Reports suggest the Gunners are on high alert for Marc Guehi, who may not stay at the Crystal Palace, as reported by The Sun. Mikel Arteta and Edu have been admirers of the England international, particularly impressed by his excellent performances at UEFA Euro 2024. Carlo Ancelotti's interest could potentially take away Arsenal's chances of moving for Marc Guehi. The Sun indicates that Real Madrid have also been alerted to Guehi's displays and potential availability this summer, placing the Spanish giants ahead of Arsenal in the race. With Euro's transfer to United confirmed, speculation is increasing that Real Madrid could now target the number 6, potentially edging out Arsenal in the race. Real Madrid have a history of signing players after standout performances in tournaments, such as James Rodriguez and Keylor Navas. Furthermore, The Sun suggests that Guehi could command a fee of around £50 million, matching what Real Madrid almost spent on Euro before his move to English football. All signs point to a possible change for the Ivorian, damaging Arteta and Edu's plans. West Ham are keen to secure a number of signings to strengthen the squad under new manager Julen Lopetegui as they aim to compete for places in European competitions next season. They are currently negotiating with several players simultaneously, including Nice defender Jean-Claire Todibo, who could be close to a move to Juventus in Italy. According to TalkSport, West Ham are ahead in the race to sign Reiss Nelson, turning their attention to the Arsenal star. Nelson is a long-term player of interest to the Hammers, and they are now pushing to reach a deal with Arsenal. Valued at around £25 million, Nelson is free to pursue another club, with several Premier League teams showing an interest in the winger this summer. Selling local players for significant profits has been the central theme of this transfer window, with Arsenal considering the departure of more than 2 players. The lack of playing time has been a decisive factor for Nelson, who has not yet had the opportunity to show his full potential under the command of the Spanish coach. Nelson, who renewed his contract last summer, is paid approximately £100,000 a week and has a contract until 2027 with the North London club. According to the latest reports, the Saints have agreed a deal worth £18 million for the services of West Ham player Flynn Downes. Flynn Downes was loaned to the Saints last season and played a key role in their promotion campaign to the Premier League. This transfer could be crucial to freeing up funds so that the club can invest in signing Reiss Nelson, a player in whom they have shown great interest. However, Crystal Palace are also in the running for Nelson's signature, looking for a replacement for Mikel Arteta, who has moved to Bayern Munich. Therefore, West Ham will need to act quickly with a competitive offer to secure an advantage in this Reiss Nelson deal. If Nelson joins West Ham, he will have the opportunity to remain in London, familiarise himself with the surrounding areas, and continue playing his football in the city. The Gunners are devising an alternative plan if they are unable to sign their top target Nico Williams this summer. According to recent reports, if Arsenal make an offer in excess of £40 million, Bayern Munich would be open to negotiations, despite Vincent Kompany expressing his desire to keep Leroy Sane. The German giants are not actively looking to sell the former Manchester City star, but they also do not consider him untouchable. In fact, Bayern is looking to raise funds by selling a great player, having already spent €145 million on signings in this transfer window. Sane, although not actively looking to leave the Allianz Arena, could be tempted by an attractive offer from Arsenal. At 28, he is in the prime of his career and approaching the point where he is seeking what could be his last big contract as a player. With just 1 year remaining on his current contract, Sane becomes a viable option for Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta as he looks to bolster his attacking options. Arteta, of course, knows Sane well from their time together at Manchester City when Arteta was assistant manager to Pep Guardiola. This connection could be a crucial factor in convincing Sane to move to the Emirates Stadium should Arsenal decide to formalise their interest with a concrete offer. Although Williams remains Arteta's preferred winger target, Arsenal are reluctant to spend an exorbitant amount of money on him. This could lead to Williams opting to remain at his current club or sign for Barcelona, who are expected to intensify their pursuit of the player this week.